Welcome to 2026. It's time for a new season. The season starts just at the beginning of January. Fortunately, we have temperatures which are allowing to make some small rides. I came out today to test the new lights from CoLight. These are the D09 Pro lights. I've had previously on my bike the D09, which they were very robust, very strong, very reliable. They were very helpful on my off-road riding and of course during the night on some areas where it was complete darkness. These lights can make from night day. Honestly, they are very impressive. I'm gonna share some thoughts regarding the new D09 Pro. They have a big advantage over the previous ones. After I ride it one season with the D09, I strongly requested this D09 Pro lights, which they have something which I strongly need. Let's proceed. First of all, let's take a look at the lights. I was able to install them on my new crash bars from Yak XP. These are the new crash bars, which they have more space from the fender, and this extra space, it's due to this bracket, extra bracket which is holding the bars, and now there is more space in this area until the bar reaches the fender. Therefore, I used to grab the lights. This I took from AliExpress. You can find it on eBay. This bracket, the bracket provided by CoLight, it was it's working, but it's very thick. So this one, it's a little bit smaller. It's quite cheap. You can find it on AliExpress. And with this, I was able to grab the lights very nicely to the crash bar. Also, you've asked me a lot of times, what if the bike falls left or right side? What happens to the lights? I was able to find the best compromise. Check out here. If you can see now where the lights are placed, they are slightly 1 centimeter, 1.5 centimeters behind the crash bars. So this is how it's looking from this perspective, from the rear. You can see that the crash bars are protecting over the lights. This is the best compromise I could find in order to have space also for the high fender kit from Camel ADV, which I've installed on the bike. And when you turn, when you steer left and right, it's very important not to touch this. So I place it at 1 millimeter. Check it out. So it's at about 1 millimeter distance, you can see, and it's still space until the high fender reaches the D09 Pro lights. I still left on them the protection plastic. I'm gonna take it off now. The same on the left side, plenty of space until the fender and also until the fairings of the bike. We will see what's different when we compare it with the D09. These are the D09 Pro. The first thing which is different, of course, is the remote control. This is the new remote control. We have the DRL lights, daytime running lights. Here we have the low beam and high beam. We can use it from here, and we have the flash, which is in the middle. I'm gonna show you a sample of these lights. I'm also waiting a little bit for the night to come, for the darkness to come. This is how it's right now, but we're gonna check them out as well. First of all, let me take out the plastics, the protection plastics. This amber cover, you can use it during the foggy days, and especially I'm using it on the winter because there are a lot of foggy days, foggy mornings, and they are very useful on the foggy days. But usually you can also take it off and you have a white light. I took off the cover, and this is how they're looking right now. Very clean. This also acts like a protection for the LED lights during the winter, and maybe on some off-road gravel roads, rocky sections. They are also protecting better. Now it's time to show you actually the actual lights, how they are looking like. Okay, it's recommended that you test the lights with the bike on, better to protect the battery. I think it's better like this. Let's put on the DRLs. Okay, these are the DRL lights. Daytime running lights. Very discreet, but still plenty of visibility. You are getting already your bike more visible. Alright, DRLs. These are the daytime running lights. Very visible. Now let's check the low beam. Very important, because I was only able for the D09 to use the only the high beam provided. So it was very powerful for the cars in front, for the vehicles in front of me. It was not recommended, because these were exclusively off-road lights, to use them off-road. On-road was very difficult to use them. When you had a lot of cars coming in front of you, you're gonna blind at the end all the cars. Now we have a low beam for D09 Pro, which is helping quite a lot. Let's use it. Here it is. You can press once for the low beam. Let's check it out now. All right, this is it. This is the low beam. Very nice, very nice. You can see only the lower 4 LED lights which are working now. And this is helping a lot during the night rides. You are also increase significantly your visibility, but you are not blinding the cars in front of you. Check it out. Yeah, it's way much better. Way much better. Of course, I need to adjust them. I didn't have the chance to adjust them. I need a full night somehow to calibrate them and adjust them properly. I'm gonna do this today. Actually, tonight. I'm gonna adjust them to have the perfect angle in front of me, to have perfect visibility, but still not blind the cars in front of me, the vehicles which are coming from the opposite side. Let's take a look one more time. This is the low beam from the D09 Pro CoLights. Very nice, very nice. You can still have the DRL. The DRLs are still running, plus the low beam. You can also close the DRL, I think. Let's try. Press once. Let's see. Ah, yes indeed, yes indeed. Now you have only, perfect. Now we have only the low beam without DRL, so a very flexible setup. I like it quite a lot. So it focuses now on visibility, on providing visibility. A small train. I strongly like it because it offers a clean light now without the DRLs. It focuses on making light on the road, and also not blinding too much the cars in front. So I think this is a very good setup. You can also combine it. With the DRLs. Let's put back the DRLs. Okay, and now let's put the high beam. Okay, this is it. Wow. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy strong. but very useful on dark areas, off-road, on-road, why not? And you still have a strong light, but very flexible setup with this D09 Pro from CoLight. Amazing. Of course, we have a flash. We can use the flash in different setups. Check it out. Flash in different setups. This could also be useful as warning lights, as let's say maybe you have an issue, maybe you have some trouble on road, and you can make this signal like you need help, or who knows. I think they are very useful, if you ask me. You can also combine some settings with when you take over or when you horn. You can combine the wiring and have these flashes work when you horn, when you press more on the horn, more on the signal lights. There are different setup combinations which you can use. Now let's start the bike and check the lights once again. All right. So we have the daytime running lights, DRLs. These are the DRLs. You can make them on, off. If you long press, they will stop. One time they will open, one time they will stop. So very simple, very easy to use daytime running lights. Let's close them and present you each mode separately. So these are the DRLs. Let's proceed with the low beam. This is the low beam from D09 Pro. Very useful when you're riding on-road, off-road. They will increase the visibility, but still not blind the opposite vehicles. Very important. If you adjust them properly, they should not blind the opposite vehicles. Then we have the high beam, which is crazy. It's very powerful. It provides a lot of visibility, 450 meters, if I'm not mistaken. That's a lot. So low beam, high beam, low beam, high beam, low beam, DRLs. You can combine the low beam with DRL, daytime running lights. You can combine them. I really like it. You can ride only with the DRLs, which is very good also. It provides a lot of visibility, no problem. You can put the low beam. And let's take out the amber plastic. I took it out, and now we have a brighter, even a brighter light. So let's check the DRLs. These are the DRLs. Okay, low beam. You can see the difference now from left to right. And this is the high beam. It's quite impressive. Quite impressive. And let's not forget about the flashes. Flashlights. Useful for some scenarios. Very useful in some scenarios. Okay. So I think this will be my setup for daytime. We have the daytime running lights, which I'm gonna keep anyway, no matter what, and then the low beam, which it will increase significantly the visibility, especially during the nights, and especially in the winter days, after 4 o'clock, after 4 p.m. the sun goes down. It's very useful if you're caught on the road, like I've been at my last rides during winter. Now what I have to do really it's to calibrate the lights, to calibrate, to provide the best visibility, the most visibility as possible, and still not blind the opposite vehicles. I need to adjust them properly, not too high, to find the perfect balance between perfect visibility and safety on road, because it's a matter of safety not to blind the opposite vehicles, that's for sure. Some tips regarding the installation. As I said, everything went straightforward, the same as it was before. We have 4 pins on the connections instead of 3 pins, because now we have multiple functions for the D09 Pro. The most important setup and the most important compromise is to find the best spot for the lights, for the bracket actually, on your crash bar. If you are not having a crash bar, you might consider another system which I saw on the internet, to put the light somewhere here close to the suspension, but I don't know what to say. It's quite tricky. If you're having a crash bar, then it's much easier to think about some bracket. Its universal bracket will do just fine in order to keep the lights steady. I've used this system off-road many times this last season. There were no issues whatsoever regarding the stability, regarding the fitment. Nothing was broken. I had no problems keeping the lights on their place on the crash bars. So I'm quite satisfied so far, and I'm looking forward to really use the lights much more this season during the night days. This is like a comfort which I have now, an extra comfort to be able to have multiple settings: low beam, high beam, DRL. I can combine most of the settings, all of the settings actually, I can combine them to make it into a very reliable setup. And I'm almost happy with the result here. As I said, I was able to find the best compromise in order to have some protection in case I'm gonna decide to keep this on my hardest off-road riding, because you see the crash bar still protects the lights. It's wide enough to offer protection, and from my experience, when I failed with the bike, most of the bike was somehow, the touch point was mostly on the handlebar, on the service hand guards, and here on the engine guard. So engine guard, keep in mind that we have the engine guard, we have the crash bars, and then behind the crash bars a little bit we have the lights. So I'm quite satisfied. Of course, it's time to test them. This season will be a long season in terms of travel. Thank you so much for supporting the channel in 2025. Now it's time to move forward in 2026 with new content, new type of content, new collaborations, and honestly, I'm looking forward to travel much more because I finished my bike. And by the way, there will come another video with a complete bike build. I've built my bike like you see it now in more than 2 years. More than 2 years spent on building this amazing bike for my needs, my ideal bike. I built my ideal bike in almost more than 2 years. In more than 2 years, I was able to build my bike with a lot of sacrifice, and now it's time to show you in the future video, which will come out very soon this week. Hai, cuminte, 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 tată, cuminte, 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 tată, cuminte, cuminte, no, cuminte, 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 Oh, okay. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Third day of January and I'm able to ride the bike. It's still a blessing. The night has come, the night has arrived, and it's time to use the lights. Nice, nice, nice. This is the low beam together with the DRLs. I think it's a perfect setup for a casual night ride outside the city. Here's the sunset. The sun goes down step by step. Hopefully I can adjust the beam. Let me see the high. This okay, this is the high beam. Maybe I can see those dots, those spot LED lights. So you see, okay, according to the suspension, see how they react. So maybe I need to put the left one a little bit on the left, or I think I need to make them straight, connect them into straight dots. Okay. Okay, this is the low beam. I think it's pretty good. High beam, low beam, no beam. Okay, the low beam seems okay because it's doesn't have a spot, so it spreads the lights quite good, quite nice. All right, maybe here I can adjust a bit this one. Okay, gonna put it somewhere here. Okay, the dots are connected. They are straight on the middle. Yeah, very good. I think it's very good now. Yeah, you see the spot. Now I've connected the two beams. The two high beams are now connected into one spot, which will highlight perfectly very far away when you're riding off-road on a complete dark road. I'm gonna do more tests on the actual dark road. It's just over there. I think both dots, they need to go a little bit on the left. Just a second. Okay. Look. I think this is it, guys. I think this is it. Two lights into one convergent light. One convergent spotlight, spot beam, high beam. Let's see if it's in the middle. Okay, look, it's perfectly in the middle, perfectly straight. Okay, and it also, you can see now, it joins the high beam from the Honda Transalp. Look at the high beam. It's a white. You see, it's a white spot very close to those two. Perfect. I think this is a proper alignment, honestly. I'm gonna leave it to, look, this is very good. Let me check the low beam. I'm gonna check the low beam from a front car perspective. Let's see. Okay, it looks decently. Honestly, it's quite okay. It doesn't blind. the car, the opposite car. Let's presume this is one line and the other line, and yeah, it's way much better. Let's put the same the high beam and see what's the difference. Now we have the high beam, and let's say we're opposite vehicle. Yes, it's wow, indeed way much better now with the low beam. Just to be safe on the road, I recommend the low beam, and the high beam you can adjust it similar with the high beam from the Honda Transall 750. Because look, it's in the same spot. It's perfectly in the same spot as both convergent high beams from D09 Pro. And now we have the low beam without the DRLs, which is even better for protecting the vehicle from the opposite side. That's very important. Yes, I think this is you can get the idea. And yes, different visibility now with the low beam. And consider that I have the amber covers installed, but I think it's way much better now. It's a huge improvement. Only with the low beam, and with the high beam, yeah, it's a different story. Low beam, no beam, low beam, no beam, low beam, no beam, low beam, high beam, low beam. I think low beam with DRLs. Pretty satisfying result. With the low beam, and let's check the high beam. Nice. So you can always go up, but I think this is the best compromise. The best compromise which you can get. It's better for your safety on road. Now you can perfectly see the low beam, how it's spreading to the car in front. It's just until the rear window, until the rear screen. Another sample wall. You see, look at the high beam from the motorcycle, from the Honda Transall, and now you see where it stops, the low beam stops. You can see the line over there. I think it's perfect, man. And here are the spots from the high beam. Perfect. You see? Perfect. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you have a better light adjustment? Just let me know in the comments. So check it out. You see now how it spreads the light. The low beam, this is the low beam. Here it is on the wall. And I think we have a decent light for at least 100 meters, 150 meters. We can extend it with the high beam to 450 meters, but I think it's too much for the opposite side if you're on road. These were the D09 Pro, the lights which I'm gonna keep on my bike this season on my adventures, on road, off road. Flexible lights, very useful. I'm glad to have it. Thank you, CoLight, for providing these lights. I place a link in the description with the CoLight website. These are affiliate links. If you're purchasing from these affiliate links, you're also supporting the channel. Until next time, bye bye.